Yeah, what's good, everyone? Hope all is well. My name is Sleepy59 and I'm back again with another video, and this time it's a little bit different. As a Dragon Ball fan, I've always been a part of the what if conversations, like what if this character were to fight this character, how would that pan out, along with the rest of the community. Well, as you know, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is around the corner, and we've gotten tons of trailers and demos, and we've gotten lots of information on this game. One of the most anticipated modes of this game is custom battles. Now, in custom battles, you could play through different scenarios with the characters, and also you can create your own what if battles. So now, no longer are we stuck in just the conversation of what's going on. We can actually take our hand in creativity and make these scenarios come to life with this feature. In custom battles, you have full control over the what if battles. Like, you have control over the cutscene, the intros, the storylines. You even have control over the poses, the expressions, the pre-battle dialogue, and even the camera angles and stuff. So basically, it's like a Dragon Ball fan fiction wet dream. Deadass, with this kind of freedom, is going to be a shit ton of what if battles and custom battles and all that going through the Dragon Ball community. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be bananas. Bro, I got so many ideas for these scenarios. So I made a list of 10 what if battles that I'd like to see when this game comes out, either from myself or from the Dragon Ball community. This list isn't in any ranked order anyway. It's just battles that I would find interesting in seeing. And I know you guys have tons of ideas, so I would like to hear them too. Go ahead and comment that in the comment section, and I'd really like to see what ideas you guys can come up with. So without further ado, let's get started on the list. Now, the first battle that comes to mind is Vegeta vs Piccolo, like right after Planet Namek. This one is something that I believe that everyone else has wondered about, because throughout the whole entire Dragon Ball saga, these two have never fought.
Because we've never fought.
Wait, really? But then how did you—
Your dumbass friend.
Right! Wow, we've never actually fought. That's so weird. Isn't that weird, Black Man?
Yeah, almost as weird as what's gonna happen if you call me that again.
What is he?
Like, Vegeta had come to planet Earth and he had Nappa clap everybody until Goku arrived on the scene. So there was no need for these two to fight. I think the closest that they came to fighting was when Dende had made a wish to Porunga to move everybody off of planet Namek onto planet Earth, and except for Goku and Frieza. And when Guru explained that to everybody, Vegeta was ecstatic, just talking shit, because he thought that Frieza and Goku would just kill each other or they die when planet Namek exploded. So that would leave him to be the third strongest in the universe. So you know Gohan, he was a kid at the time, didn't like his dad being slandered. So he came and he stood up to Vegeta and challenged him to a fight. And not gonna lie, Vegeta beat the dog shit out of Gohan.
So what? You think having a dad who's a Super Saiyan makes you better than me? No! Wrong answer!
But one thing I always wondered was Piccolo stood by and let that happen. I guess that was for Gohan's character development, or he was just letting that situation ride out because Gohan was standing up for his dad's pride. But it would be interesting to see what if Piccolo had stepped in and the two of them tussled, Vegeta and Piccolo. I think it would be an interesting fight, because at that point they were close in power, and Vegeta and Piccolo are good strategists when it comes to battle. So I wanted to see like what kind of fight that would have been. It would have been pretty cool to see. All right, second fight I would like to see is Cooler versus Frieza. This one is interesting because it's something I've always wondered about. I would always want more insight on the family dynamic between Frieza, King Cole, and Cooler, like how they came to be, how did they end up ruling all these planets, how they came across Beerus and Whis, because they did interact with the god of destruction at one point, and I believe Beerus gave the order to wipe out the Saiyan planet Vegeta. And in a non-canon wise, I think Cooler could have ended Dragon Ball way early because he came across Goku's spaceship as Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta, but he opted not to, and then that came back to bite him in the butt later on. In the movie though, he did speak about Frieza, and the way he spoke about Frieza seemed like they had some sort of sibling rivalry going on, so I wanted to see what that was like. At some point they obviously clash heads because they're both assholes, so that would have been nice to expand upon that portion of the cast. Hell, even make Cooler canon at that point. All right, so for the third fight, we got to bring my boy Future Gohan into the mix. So what if Future Gohan fought against Goku Black? Now this would be like one of those alternate timelines or one of those alternate options that allowed Gohan to live instead of Trunks. So like, what if, say, during the battle, instead of Trunks surviving, Future Gohan survived and Trunks ended up getting killed by the androids, and that pain just allowed Gohan to go from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 and then wiping out the androids, and then that would have save the future, and then that would spill over into the other timelines that happened in the future, where instead of Trunks stopping Babidi and Deborah, it's Gohan. So Gohan already unlocked Super Saiyan 2 and he wipes the floor with Babidi and Deborah and prevents Majin Buu from hatching, so that covers that. And then from there, Goku Black arrives and they fight, and that forces Gohan to seek help from Bulma, and Bulma makes the time capsule or the time ship, and Gohan goes to the future timeline or the past timeline to get help from Goku and Vegeta. That would be nice to see. Yeah, that would have definitely made a good alternate story if Trunks had died instead of Trunks going to the future, and then the whole Cell saga and then going up to the Goku Black arc. No, would be nice. Okay, so the fourth fight, we got Broly versus Kale. As soon as I saw Kale go into like the Berserk Super Saiyan mode, I knew Broly was coming as a canon character at some point in the future. So it would be cool to compare the two. I know the whole community compared the two. Who's stronger? Would it be Broly? Would it be Kale? In my opinion, I think it's Broly. Broly is much more destructive when it comes to his power, and it just scales a lot higher than Kale's, in my opinion. It would be like a nice scenario where like the two met, and in a saga that had them try to control their power, and one goes berserk, either Kale or Broly goes berserk, and then that causes the other to go berserk, and then from there all the Z fighters would have to work together to stop the two berserk Saiyans from destroying whatever planet they're on, or destroying everything. And that would give like a few moments of them fighting to see who would come out on top, or to see what would happen. Would be definitely an interesting fight. Number 5, we got Vegito or Gogeta versus Kefla. Now we all know Kefla got her ass handed to her, both in the anime and in the manga, by two non-fused characters. In the anime, Kefla got one of the most disrespectful Kamehamehas I have ever seen in the series, in my opinion. Got sent back to wherever, and Gohan managed to pull out a win against Kefla, and both characters were non-fused characters, so I don't know how Kale was not able to win anything. That just means that she's trash as a character in terms of power.
Know your fucking place, trash.
But yeah, it would be interesting to see the story going that route. Like, instead of Vegito, we would have Gogeta, because Vegeta and Goku didn't think of taking the Potara earrings before the tournament started, so they have the fusion dance, which is their only option at that point. So we'd end up with Gogeta versus Kefla, and I don't know, that would be not an interesting battle. It would definitely be one-sided. If Kefla can't beat Goku and she can't beat Gohan and they weren't fused, there's no way in hell she's going against Gogeta and having an easy or simpler time. She's just going to get that ass handed to her, and then that's that. But the fact is, how would it happen would be what I'm interested in seeing. All right, number 6, we have Gogeta versus Jiren. Now, to be honest, this one would be a much more expected ending from Dragon Ball. So I think it was a good move that they have Goku and Frieza work together to take out Jiren along with themselves, and then leave 17 as the last one standing to win the entire tournament for Universe 7. To be honest, I think it was a good move, in my opinion. Nobody was expecting that, let's be honest. However, even though it would be a cliche ending, an expected ending, it would be nice to see Jiren go up against Gogeta and see how he measures up. I'm pretty sure he would do way better than Kefla. So yeah, I think that would be a nice matchup for Jiren. Definitely Gogeta for the win though. Okay, number 7, Super Saiyan Vegeta versus Frieza in the Frieza saga. Now, this one, I think off rip, everybody in the community has thought of this battle. We all know that the battle with Frieza was pivotal in the Dragon Ball storyline, and Goku going Super Saiyan for the very first time was like a pivotal moment in all of anime history. However, what if Vegeta had went Super Saiyan instead of Goku against Frieza? Wouldn't that be interesting? Right, like Vegeta getting that Zenkai boost from having Krillin damn near kill him and then they heal him was something that he needed, and then that little emotional push that he got from either Frieza taunting him or whatever and caused him to go Super Saiyan. And then it will be Vegeta versus Frieza, which ends up in Vegeta's victory because he would take out Frieza. Now, what would that mean for the Dragon Ball story in itself? What would that mean for the Z fighters? What would that mean for Vegeta? What path would he take at that point? Like, would Vegeta stick with his evil ways and then go after the Z fighters? Would he just leave Planet Namek and then start his conquest? I think the story would be a lot cooler if see what I did there? I think the story would be a lot cooler if Vegeta had gone Super Saiyan, fought Frieza, taken out Frieza, right, and then set his sights on the Z fighters that were on Planet Namek. So either killing Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, or Bulma, and then that would set off Goku, and then Goku would turn Super Saiyan, and then now you have the legendary battle between Vegeta and Goku on Planet Namek or wherever as the last battle of that saga. So Super Saiyan Vegeta versus Frieza would be that stepping stool to Super Saiyan Vegeta versus Super Saiyan Goku, and then that would be the battle to end all battles there for that saga. There are plenty of good routes that you can take the story if Vegeta had turned Super Saiyan first. So yeah. All right, number 8, we got Goten versus Broly. Now, Broly in the Second Coming had to square off against Goten, Trunks, Videl, and Gohan. The whole movie, I wondered why Goten and Trunks didn't do fusion. I guess they didn't know the fusion dance, or maybe they did and they opted not to. But the movie is non-canon, so at any point, you know, whatever narrative I guess fits it can fit it. But what if they did fuse? Like, Goten would have been a big help to Gohan first off, and also it would have been an entertaining fight because you have Goten with his goofy nature and his goofy fighting style versus the murderous and sadistic nature of Broly. Like, there'll be nothing but funny moments and disaster in that fight. All right, number 9, Piccolo versus Piccolo. Now, we all remember Piccolo from the filler episodes after the Cell saga, where Goku had died along with King Kai and Bubbles and Gregory, and they had all traveled to the Grand Kai's planet, I believe, for the Other World tournament. And there they met Piccolo, and Piccolo instantly became a loved character by the Dragon Ball community. And also, Goku was intrigued by his power because this dude one-shotted Frieza, Cell, King Kale, and the Ginyu Force in one shot. And from that moment, we knew that Goku had to fight this man in the tournament, and it wasn't going to be easy for him because he had one-shotted Cell, who he had given up against. Now, during the tournament, Goku had mentioned that he had a friend named Piccolo to Piccolo that did the same thing he did with wearing the weighted training gear, and that they would get along great. I think so too. There should be a scenario or a storyline to where Piccolo and Piccolo meet and they evaluate each other's strength and train with each other and duke it out a little bit to see who top green man is. I think that would be a fun filler episode. Last but not least, I want to see Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta versus Cell. Now, this one is an interesting concept because it turns into another what if scenario if certain actions were taken. Right, so we all know that Cell had been transported to King Kai's planet and he blew himself up, and at that point he became Perfect Cell and went back to Earth, and the first person he killed was Trunks. Now, what if instead of going berserk on Cell after he killed Trunks, Vegeta went Super Saiyan 2 against Cell? Right, like after finally accepting Trunks as his son and having an emotional attachment to Trunks is killed by Cell, and then the pain of that drives Vegeta to be Super Saiyan 2.
Not, it's worse.
My baby boy!
Now he's on a more equal footing with perfected Cell, and it would just be him and Cell going at it. I mean, come to think about it, Gohan would be in good shape too because his arm wouldn't be busted after he tried to save Vegeta, who got mollywopped from going berserk against a souped up Cell. So that one would have been a lot better of a scenario, I guess, on the Z Fighters end, and they would have had options to fight Cell or a way to beat Cell. Like, you know, two Super Saiyan 2s ganging up on Cell, like no brainer. But Vegeta, as a Saiyan with his pride, he would obviously not have Gohan interfere in the fight because he would get his 1v1 just like Goku did and fight it out, because that's just Vegeta. So yeah, that's my list. I've had plenty of time to think about it. I still have plenty more, and I can't wait for this game to come out. I really want to hear your scenarios, who you guys want to see fight each other, and then what the scenarios would be. When this game drops, it's going to be nothing but tomfoolery. You're going to see cool what if battles, you're going to see funny what if battles, you're going to see Dragon Ball Abridged remakes, you're going to see just pure nonsense. Like, yo, it's going to be bananas. Like, all the content creators are going to go crazy. Channels are going to explode off of all these what if scenarios, I'm guessing. If you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.